Still moving. I can't get no closer. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Iron Man of Stay Red. Had a lot of requests for me to tell my little story about a few weeks ago, what I saw. What had happened was that I was basically just like every Saturday morning getting ready to prepare or finish my sermon for Sunday morning. I had made my coffee and headed out to my prayer room as usual, and I got out there and I was kind of just out there enjoying my new puppy I got, and just messing around with it a little bit, and just out there sipping coffee and just enjoying that beautiful morning that God's made. And then I noticed something toward the east moving across the field, about 2 fields over, and at first all I could see was the top of his head, and it was moving real fast, but the head looked very large. So I said, man, I'm gonna grab my phone, and I'm glad it did. And many people say, oh, you should have zoomed in. And well, when I went out there to make comparison pictures of this video, I found that I did have it on zoom. So actually I was on my game. So anyway, so I started videotaping this thing, and as it moved I could tell there was something. It looked like something was on its back, and it was hard to see from how far I was, but I could tell that it itself was a reddish color, while whatever was on its back was sort of a gray color with a little white under the bottom of it. So maybe a German Shepherd or a doe, I wasn't quite sure. But I filmed it all the way down as far as I could see it, and then it got to the tree line, and it looked like it was disappeared. And so I filmed a little bit farther, and I'm glad I did, because I did catch it coming out of the woods, and then as it goes behind the post, you don't see it any longer. And so I basically stopped filming, and so I walked down just a little farther. I was nervous. I wasn't about to go after it. First of all, I'm thinking, man, them chiggers would kill me down there down in big fields out there. And if you've ever been in Texas, you'll understand that chiggers will eat you alive. Maybe up north or whatever you don't have those things, but we do down here in Texas, and they are brutal. And plus it was already 90 degrees or so. It's getting hot outside, and I'm thinking, oh man, what am I going to do? And also I thought, you know what, maybe just like a bear, if this thing has babies down there in them woods, if I go down there, this thing could pull me apart, because obviously it was a lot bigger than I was, and I wasn't going to deal with it, and I wasn't armed. So I looked a little longer, and then I decided to go tell my wife, because I was so excited, but at the same time I was freaking out. I went and showed it to my wife, woke her up, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's in freak mode. And so I called my nephew named Travis and tell him, because he's a believer of these Bigfoots, and my dad had already told us these stories our whole entire life, and here I am seeing one. And so I basically wanted to post this thing on the Bigfoot, or one of the Bigfoot Facebook pages. I didn't share it but just with one, but the deal was that the people were very loving and kind, and I appreciate that. But there's a few people who are skeptical, and you can't blame them, because there's so many people out there trying to hoax you. But honestly, I'm a man of God. I have a church. I pastor. I'm the lead vocalist of a Christian rock band called Stay Red, and I have my family, so I'm very preoccupied. It's not like I have a lot of time to go try to hoax anybody, and so I was just basically trying to share what I saw. I hope you enjoy this. I love you now. God bless.
You